Hey, so you know how our society has put literally everything of importance onto the internet, essentially begging for somebody to gain access to something they shouldn't? Yeah, of course. What would happen if I were to accidentally hack it? What? Yeah, like accidentally infect it with a virus or something. Uh, Probably nothing if we can. Oh, thank God. Because for a second there, Holy shit! So there I was, looking for a piece of entertainment of the anime film variety. However, my criteria was strict. Strict enough to even whip up this little graphic in paint. I wasn't in the mood to cry and or end up depressed that day. Looking for an anime movie that wasn't sad knocked out about 80% of my options, as for whatever reason, most of them are designed to open up the floodgates. I suppose the creators are just trying to appeal to a community of soy boys such as myself, which is understandable, but I digress. When I stumbled upon Summer Wars, which turned out to be as heartwarming as a nice hug from the Pillsbury Doughboy, I was very content with my decision. Summer Wars is a film released in 2009 and directed by the same man, I am so sorry if I butcher this, Mamoru Hosoda, who pumped out The Girl Who Leapt Through Time and Wolf Children. While I haven't watched these two films as of now, professional Redditors have let me know that they are, indeed, quite good. In the world of Summer Wars, a virtual world named Oz has become the center place for how their society functions. All sorts of things from socializing with friends, to gaming tournaments, to even constructing and managing an entire city's infrastructure occurs within this virtual landscape. Popping out of the virtual world, meet our main character, Kenji. A young man who happens to be shy, works a nerdy part-time job, and has never had a girlfriend, serves as the perfect self-insert character for the viewer. Asked to go on a trip to the countryside with his crush, he ends up getting roped into an awkward situation by this same girl who needs him to act as her fiancé to show off to her entire extended family at their next get-together. To a socially awkward teenager, this exact situation is actually the seventh layer of hell. However, he endures and, while getting to know the family, also gets pinned with the crime of somehow hacking Oz and throwing the entire world into utter chaos. There is a lot going on in this film, such as great-grandma whipping out her naginata on her adopted son, or just general shenanigans that occur when you have over 20 family members under the same roof. While I was worried that most of these characters would just get swept under the rug, all of them come together to create a greater whole. A sweet thing about the family is how emotive each and every one of these characters are throughout their entire screen time. In some scenes, it is just plain impossible to keep up with everything going on, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It really helps to emulate the total craziness that large family get-togethers really feel like, as I am sure we have all experienced at one point in our lives. There are also a lot of ideas that are tossed around, whether it be relating to the dangers that come with having a completely interconnected world, to that of losing somebody who is close to you. But most prominently, the idea that really kind of got through to me was what it means to be a family. Are there going to be fights? You can bet your ass there will be. Will there be times where everyone is at a complete loss? Absolutely. But will you all pull through it together? Yeah, you will. The film manages to convey all of this throughout its duration, and I was both really surprised and taken aback by how well it was done. By the time the credits run, you are left with a nice, warm feeling in your gut, and luckily it isn't indigestion. Some other little extra bits of info to try and swing the deal if all this mushy stuff isn't your kind of thing. As with most movies backed by super talented staff, there are a good amount of action shots that look really, really cool in the virtual world. Also, all the characters in this world are outlined in red, which for some reason really threw me for a loop and was unique enough to mention. Also, if you're a fan of older art styles, this movie definitely looks a little different than what we are used to nowadays. And by that, I mean their eyes take up a reasonable amount of real estate on their faces compared to whatever the hell this is. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, this show has a lot going for it. The movie managed to put a smile on my face, so if anybody was ever in need of a quick picker-upper while simultaneously craving an anime film for whatever reason, Summer Wars is a fantastic choice. And frankly, after watching the Philadelphia Eagles game over the weekend, I really needed it.